Okay, there was an announcement here about very severe weather coming in. So that's what we're seeing here, and I'll see how long I stay here, but some strong winds and stuff. They did an announcement over the loudspeaker about maybe 20-30 minutes ago, and we're seeing the weather move in pretty quick from the west. And they told everybody to get clear, is what they told everybody. So just get some of the scene here. Let's stick here. Yep, Tony. Hey, do a weather report, Tony, because they made an announcement in the last 20 minutes about everybody getting clear because there was really severe weather coming through. So it says 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius with the wind northwest at 20 miles an hour, 32 kilometers, and the humidity is 76%. All right. Yeah, some strong winds. Okay, we're starting to see the dust get blown up right now. Okay, yeah, we're getting some strong gusts of wind right now. All right, we're definitely seeing some strong winds. Hey, SpaceX. All right, we got some really strong winds. Kind of getting sand blasted a little bit. Something to do today. This is definitely fun. I guess the weather here is different from South Padre Island. If we had a weather station here, we would get much different weather than was shown a little bit earlier. Yeah, I guess no launch today. Too windy. I get a zoomed in shot too. We don't have to stay out zoomed out so far. Maybe it's to our benefit to stay zoomed out right now. Too much shaking. Alright, we're starting to get some rain now. My best to protect the camera here. We get weather like this maybe once a year. I remember a couple of years ago I was out here. We had a lot of dust when a lot of this wasn't built yet on the road. Maybe it's the same time of year. All right, we got a kind of like a sheriff vehicle on the road with some lights too. I don't know what that's about, but I got a shot to the east. You can see the clouds that just passed us going out now above the ocean. So they just announced the winds are too fast for them to be working out here. All right, we're getting a strong rain now. The camera looks still good, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay, now it's just turning into rain, so this may be it for me. I may kind of stick it out a little longer, but if all we got is rain, then I'm just gonna call it a morning in a little bit. Hey, good morning. So we have some very windy conditions right now. This is maybe the windiest I've had it in a long time. We got over 30 miles an hour easily. Maybe even gusts to 39-ish. Okay, we got some really strong winds. This is probably the equivalent of a lawn chair type of conditions that are going on right now. Alright, we got some very strong wind here. Looks like we're starting to get a little lightning. Looks like they have that crane up in the air too. They should have taken that crane down by the Starship. if they'd had more time, they would have lowered the plane down to the ground. You know, I was looking something up today. Yeah, we're definitely getting some lightning here. The price of americium 241 per pound per gram, americium 241 per gram is $1,500. So the price of a thousand pounds of americium 241 is about $680,000. I think that was the number. I got that wrong. The price of 1 pound of americium 241 is $680,000. The price of 2,000 pounds of americium 241 is about 1 point something billion dollars. 2,000 pounds of this, the power output of americium 241 is about 1/5 or 1/4 of the output of plutonium. If you wanted to have an RTG, you could make it out of americium. Then there is a company in the UK that has partnered up with the UK government that got like millions of dollars to develop the RTG using americium 241. So it's in development, and I'm now in contact with that person, and might be able to use it on the satellite we're planning to launch to Enceladus. I think they were saying they might have it finished in about 4 years. So I opened that communication with that person over at the UK RTG company. We may be beyond the hardest part of this weather this morning. The wind is dying down a little bit. See if we got any blue skies to the right there. I don't see any, but I think we're getting close to possibly being beyond the start of it. The rain is not as heavy now either. It's like just a weather front moving through. You know, it's from the nice warm weather we had. Now we have maybe a cool front that came through. The weather was basically nice and comfortable and warm with blue skies. We're 18 minutes into the video here, so 18 minutes ago it was sunny and blue skies. So. I get a shot of the ocean again. We maybe 5-10 minutes ago we could see the boundary layer of that cloud layer over the ocean, but now it's gone out to sea quite a bit. Can't see it anymore. So those clouds are moving very fast. Looks like we're getting some sunlight through the clouds. We're getting some sunlight through the clouds here, so looks like maybe we're getting into a nicer area. All right, now it's kind of more comfortable here. This is Paul Mamakos with Space Ocean Corp. Been here 2 years, still getting some good shots. Thanks for joining us. We're planning a mission to Enceladus, and we have a team now of 17 on our team, continuing to grow. All right, we're getting some lightning. Get some lightning here to the south. The reason why I mentioned the price of americium at 1,000 kilograms is because you can get 125 kilowatts at 1,000 kilograms of RTG. The output is about 125 kilowatts. So if you were able to buy 1,000 kilograms of americium 241 and create an RTG at 125 kilowatts, you could do a lot in space on these different icy moons. You could essentially do anything you wanted on the surface of these moons, except I mean, the per gram price at $1,500 per gram is $1,500, but maybe the more you buy, the more you get volume pricing. So if the volume pricing was not, and if it didn't come into effect, it would cost about $1.5 billion to get 1,000 kilograms. But I assume and I imagine if we were to buy that much americium and be able to make an RTG out of it, 125 kilowatt RTG, it would cost a lot less than $1.5 billion. So that's what I would imagine. So we'll see. A lot of the spaceships out there in the public sector only have about 800 kilowatts, 200 to 800 watts. I apologize for that. 200 to 800 watts of power output, which is very small. I mean, if you have a blender, if you have like a Excalibur blender, if you're a juicer, that blender is 1,000 watts. So if you had that blender and you wanted to use it out there in space on your mission, you couldn't use it because your 800 watt or 200 watt power RTG. The RTGs are typically 200 to, you can add multiples or you can expand on them, but 200 to 800 watts is typical on one of these multi-billion-dollar NASA planetary missions, which is pathetic. It is pathetic. In the defense sector, they have satellites with 10 to the minimum on a satellite in the defense sector is 10 kilowatts, and the maximum is upwards of 100 kilowatts. So in the defense sector, they don't play around, and they're saying, they know they have the technology, and they do have the satellites with excellent power output. But the public sector satellites in the space sector, at least in the United States in 2023, max out at about probably around 500 watts. It's just pathetic. But the RTG coming out, if we get that americium at about 1/4 to 1/5 of the output of plutonium, it's a much easier radioactive element to use, and it's more accessible to the public sector. So that's why it would be a big thing if we did get it working. We wouldn't be setting up stupid satellites with 500 watts. But if you haven't seen those videos or watched any of them, there was a gentleman who lived to the age of 83, and he worked. He was one of the top guys in the nuclear field, and he made some videos. I guess within 10 to 20 years of his, toward the end of his life, he made some videos to kind of share with the world some of the stuff that's been going on in the public sector. And I did post. I've posted 3 of those videos now. One of them had a guy swimming in a nuclear power plant, and in that same video, in that same community posting, if you scroll down into the more section, you'll see a second video there. And then yesterday evening, I posted a 3rd video. All 3 of those videos are kind of world-changing as far as belief system. And I did post, last night I went to Walmart and I bought 2 smoke detectors, and what I immediately did was take the smoke detectors apart, and I took out the americium, and I have them inside my car now because it doesn't hurt to get a little bit more radioactivity. So you ever go to Walmart or to you ever go to the smoke detector in your room, and you kind of, if you have one in your house, and you can feel a little bit and get a little bit, you can feel it in your chakras and energy system, right? So all that alpha, gamma, and beta rays have an effect, and I bought these smoke detectors and took out the americium so that I can get a little bit more of a hit on the chakra system, get a little bit more energized. So that's what I've decided to do. All right, we're getting some lightning. Hey, Starship Troop. Sorry I haven't commented on a bunch of the chat stuff here and stuff, but just now I can be able to look at the screen. We got the wind has died down tremendously. We have about maybe half the wind we had before, and it's not really raining anymore. We got some wind now. Basement Shut-In, good to see you. Ken, good morning. Tony, thanks, man. SpaceX Lee, good stuff. All right, that's everybody. Good stuff. Well, it's comfortable to be out here now, and I can stand up and get stuff. I think it is June 7, 2023, I believe today's date is. In South Texas, the city of Boca Chica SpaceX launch site. This is the first launch site for the Starship. They did one launch already, and we're still waiting to see the second launch, possibly this year. It's a Thursday. All right, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna wind it up here. I'm gonna maybe step in front of the camera briefly. Today's the 8th. Is it? Okay, I missed the day there. Tony, thank you. Is it still Thursday or is it Friday now, Tony? I think it's a Thursday, but let me know if I got that wrong too. Okay, the time is 7:52 in the morning. Yeah, it does look small, huh? I'll zoom in. Maybe zoom in on the Starship. It is Thursday. Good. Thanks. I got one right. Thanks, Tony. You can see yesterday they disconnected the crane from the top of the Starship, so it is standing on its own, and through all that wind, it's still standing up. So it is connected very well to the ground there, to the pad B. Otherwise, it would have toppled over with all that wind. Thursday evening, 8:54 in Australia. There is a lady on YouTube who talks about the weather and different things that anomalies you'll find in Perth, Western Australia. Good stuff. Good stuff. I went to Perth about 30 years ago on a orchestral tour through Southeast Asia and Australia and New Zealand. We stayed at Rotary clubs. Each member of the orchestra was with a different member. I was with like a Ministry of Education. Somebody had like a Minister of Education. I don't think it was finance, but they have ministers over there, I believe, in Australia. And I was the host for me, and I think somebody else too was with a minister over there. Yeah, I don't really remember too much. They had good cereal over there in Perth. I don't remember. We went to like 30 different countries that summer, maybe 35. And I did it for two years in a row. We were there for like 4 days, and then we went to another city in Australia. Perth, Sydney, Ayers Rock, and some other places. And then we went through Southeast Asia first. We hit like Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia. Yeah, I was a teenager. Yep. I don't know. Maybe 16. I don't know, something like that. Okay, I'll get in front of the camera now, and then I'll say hello to you. All right, I got the mic set up, and things are good. And Paul Makos, take off the hat. I got the mic right here, so it's been protected the whole time. I like to listen to these videos afterwards, so I think this will be a good video to watch again too. I'll check the chat a little bit and then wind it up here. All right. Well, wherever you're watching this, be well and have an awesome day. And that's what's going on here this morning. June 8th, I believe, I was told by Tony. June 8th, 2023. Thanks for joining. So we're starting to get some, maybe a little thunder, but we'll see. I'm gonna log out. Have a great day to you, Starship Trooper.